Hey everybody, it's Papa G from I Specialize. So, I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys about installation procedures for the Proto X prop guards. Uh, there's a couple of sides to it, obviously, right? So there's a concave side and a flat side. I put the flat side down on the canopy. That keeps everything pretty well lined up with the props as far as level goes, flush goes. And I also found that using the double stick tape that I provide, this stuff, is probably your best bet. Um, there's lots of materials, lots of adhesives out there. There's lots of options. This is the stuff that I found works best. I've tried putty, I've tried wax, I've tried hot glue, I've tried screwing it on, etc., etc. And this stuff is just the bee's knees as far as sticky goes. So, and if you need replacements, give me a call. I'll drop some in an envelope and put a stamp on it and mail some out to you. So what I do first is I make sure that my Proto X, the props are lined up. It's hard to tell front to back spacing with this guy. There's not really a good delineation for that, but for the front to back this way, or excuse me, for side to side, there's the tip and the tail, which is really nice for centering it. So I line up my props as such so that they're facing each other. Get myself some of that double stick tape. I use tweezers. It's just easier. If you have fingernails, you could probably do it without the tweezers. Peel it off. And I tend to lean more towards the back on this as you get more surface area back there. Up in the front here, there's more holes, so you don't get as much surface area for the adhesive to stick to. And then I use the tweezers or your fingernail, if that's what you chose, to burnish the adhesive onto the plastic, and that just makes sure that you get good coverage and good adhesion, and it will be very difficult to get this stuff off. If you're finding that it comes off really easy, then either you didn't stick it down hard enough, or, and I don't think, because all this stuff came from the same roll, you got a bunk piece. I don't think you got a bunk piece. I think you probably just didn't push it down hard enough, and it shouldn't come off, and if it does, it does. Just replace it. So after that, what I do, and I've experimented with using two pieces, putting one piece on this guy, on the prop guard, and then putting a piece on the canopy. If you're having problems getting it to line up right, if it wants to tilt forward or back or left or right, go ahead and put a second piece on here, and that'll help you give that extra little grip on the side that you need to hold it to. So, if it's leaning forward and you push it back and it keeps on leaning forward, put a little bit of tape on it and put it towards the back here, and then that way when you push it down to the back, it has something to adhere to. It was mentioned that these just have a pinpoint touching spot for where it adheres to, but it's a soft plastic canopy and it's fairly rigid for this guy, so if you just push it down a little bit, so I'll center him up here pretty good. If you center it up, you can see already that it's starting to adhere. You can see the dark spot. And if you just give it a good firm push, don't break your Proto X, you can see that more of the adhesive is grabbing. And then you can see that it's off tilt. So I just look at it from the side and push on it until it sits pretty level, until I'm pretty happy with where it's sitting. The other thing to watch out for is to make sure that your props aren't bent down from any previous crashes or anything like that. And while you're lining it up and using that for reference, because if you line it up to a bent prop, it's going to be out of alignment anyway. So I think that's pretty good. Looks pretty solid. So that's it. Pretty straightforward. Let's try something here just for giggles. Let's put a piece of adhesive on the top. Somebody was asking if it would actually fly with the hovercat on there, so I'm going to put the hovercat on there and see if it'll fly. Stick some adhesive on the top. Stick the cat to it. Turn on the controller. I think that it's not happy with that cat on there. Oh, it does fly. Okay, I gotta get a video of that for y'all. There's too much air disturbance in here for it to do its thing. But it does fly. Anyway, there you go. Have fun. Buy more.